At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too. Because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
It is Friday. We're getting ready for the weekend. It has been pretty active so far through a good portion of the weekend. We're going to keep this active weather today through the weekend. But first, I want to tell you about a ticket giveaway for the Red Bluff Roundup. 1 week from today, folks, the big event starts Friday, April 17th. And I've got 2 free tickets to give away. All you have to do is email me at mkrueger@weathernorcal.com. Go to or you can go to the website, weathernorcal.com, click on Contact, fill out the form, and you're entered to win. I've got all kinds of great entries here and ready to announce that winner next week, Wednesday, April 15th, live right here on Coffee with Krueger. There is still a big sale going on at Axner Excavating. It's the 59th Spring Sale, and this Sunday is the last day of it. The other big thing going on is the Meet the Pros event. They've got a home sale going, show that is, going on tomorrow from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m., rain or shine. And you will be able to meet the pros, ask them questions about your project. They'll be able to point you in the right direction. And on top of that, if you need any supplies, you're right there at Axner Excavating. And on top of that, there's a big sale going on. So it's a little good something for everybody. So be sure to check that out. All right, excuse me. Here we got the radar. And you can see the showers and thunderstorms that we did see. We actually there were some lightning strikes last night and early this morning, especially off to the east. Now, if you look to the south over the Bay Area, you see that band of rain kind of went through Santa Rosa. That is working its way northward. It should be working its way into the valley. This is the beginning of several bands of rain that'll be kind of pushing through. So everyone, all of Northern California has at least a chance for showers and thunderstorms. Not everyone will see thunderstorms. Here's the deal. I've been talking about it the last few days. And really, I've been even talking about this particular low pressure system. The nature of this storm is that it brings us scattered showers and thunderstorms. What does that mean? That means some of us will see thunderstorms, but others won't. The problem is we can't know exactly for sure where those will pop up, but we can make you aware of it so you can keep an eye on things as you go throughout the day. Take a look at this. This is out at Lookout, California. I want to thank Tim Moore for sending in this image. It's so close, you can almost see the bucket of gold, or the pot of gold. I guess there are buckets of gold too. This just came in too. And I want to thank Jackie Dixon for sending this, although who takes credit for this photo would be Karina from Humboldt Photos on Facebook. This is out in Trinidad. Beautiful, beautiful rainbow. There are all kinds of great rainbows that we did get to see out there yesterday. By the way, Jackie and Tim both sent those photos from the free Weather NorCal app. It's awesome, folks, because I can check it. It updates like that. I can very easily get it into the weather computer, and before you know it, you're watching it on the morning update and right here on Coffee with Krueger. If you don't have the app, why not? It's a great app, folks. It's hyper local, and it's yours truly puts the forecast together for it. So check it out. Search for Weather Space NorCal. Click Enter. You'll see that logo right there at the W and the N. Download the app. It's free, and there are no hidden charges. You're not going to download it and then you get charged for something. No, it's 100% free and will always be 100% free. Why? Because we've got a ton of great sponsors. That's why. Hey, take a look at our Friday, April 10th Krueger's Quickcast. A quick look at your forecast for today. Temperatures right now in the low to mid 50s in the valley, 40s for the higher elevations, and there you can see low 50s right now for the coast. Not much of a spread from the coast to the valley right now. Now, out the door this morning looks pretty ominous. It's like, whoa, look at all that going on. But you know what? The thing is, we at least got the chance for rain. And if we see an embedded thunderstorm in there, that is not out of the question. So the area of low pressure that's been impacting your weather and giving us the weather we've been experiencing, that's going to start to move out sometime later today and into Saturday. Now, what's going to replace it is that cold front you see off to the west. That is a colder storm system. However, is digging farther and farther to the south. Now, as it does that, that cold source of air, it's still going to be much colder, and you'll notice it. But it won't be as cold as we initially thought. And one of the reasons why is because it is digging pretty far to the south. We're going to dive into that a little bit deeper here in a second, but there is still a chance for thunderstorms for everyone. But again, I saw some comments on Facebook after my evening post, and they're like, well, so much for the thunderstorms in Redding. Well, I mean, again, when we talk about scattered thunderstorms, that definition is scattered. Not everyone's going to see it. So what this area shaded in green means is the potential is there. It just doesn't mean everyone's going to see it. But there will most likely be more thunderstorms. And there's a very good chance some of those could become severe, like we've seen the last few days. So let's take a look at the HRRR forecast model. This updates every hour. And sometimes is a little aggressive on overall coverage and intensity. I think it's doing pretty good on the coverage and even the intensity. But there you can see by 8 o'clock this morning, most of the rain looks to most likely still just be south of the Redding area, but then working its way northward by around 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. But you see how it's still pretty dry in parts of mostly Siskiyou and northern Humboldt and Del Norte, because that will eventually work its way northward and then everyone else getting in on it. So by noon, it's pretty widely scattered across the region, and that continues through the afternoon. You can see it looks like a little bit of a lull in the activity here for the valley, and then it kind of comes back again later in the afternoon and evening. And then by 9, 10 o'clock tonight, we're still seeing showers. We're still seeing the potential for thunderstorms. And then as this exits, we're going to see another system come in, as we saw on the satellite image, that next cold front coming in by the weekend. The winds will be gusty in the vicinity of the thunderstorms themselves, but overall, we're not expecting this widespread wind event. Again, outside of those thunderstorms, the winds probably won't be quite as bad. Then we go into 6 p.m. this evening, go into tonight, and we're looking at some fairly calm winds eventually kind of moving back in. Rain chances looking pretty good through the weekend, but we see it really drop off by early next week, and I don't expect much in the way of rain going through next week. Today, here you go. All right, so you see that, right? And see, this is what makes Weather NorCal different than just going, all right, I wake up in the morning, look, lightning strikes, it's going to be thunderstorms today. No matter where you are, you need the story behind it, because again, that doesn't always mean lightning strikes for everybody. It just means the chance is there. Okay? So that's why you need to watch every morning. Whether you're watching live right here on Coffee with Krueger, or on demand, you watch it on YouTube or on Facebook or on the 24-hour channel or on your app or on demand on the website. All kinds of great resources for you to get the full, complete story, whether you're able to watch this live broadcast or not. All right, so off my soapbox again. Tonight, temperatures low 50s for the valley, 30s and 40s for the higher elevations, upper 40s to low 50s for the coast. There's your 7-day forecast. So again, we continue with that unsettled pattern. Now, here's what I'll say about the weekend. I've still got lightning strikes in there, but it probably won't be as unstable over the weekend. But we still could see some isolated thunderstorms in there. And I think that's really across the board for the valley, for the coast, inland, for the mountains. Snow levels, I've kind of kept it right around 4,000 feet, give or take, by Sunday. They're going to still be fairly high on Saturday, but overall, I don't expect the snow levels to really drop as low as we initially thought. There you can see, it looks like it was a little wet out there in Oroville. That's why you can see some of the puddles on the dam there, or at least on that concrete structure. There's Main Street, Chico. Don't see any puddles on the road there, but they'll probably be looking at some puddles here later this morning and afternoon. Sundial Bridge Drive on Highway 44, we'll probably see some puddles there also on the highway. Taking a look at Crescent City Harbor District, we got the overcast skies this morning. Just not much in the way of rain at this point. Let's take a look at there. Oh, sorry, my mic was off. But I was basically saying hi to Jackie and saying hi to Curtis Brown is, okay, yeah. We'll fix all that. Yeah. Okay, I need to remember that the mic turns off when it does that. And I've got changes going on to my whole system here, so there are going to be a lot of tweaks here and there that we're going to be kind of adjusting. And yeah, but I'm excited about some of these changes because it's going to make my workflow eventually better once I learn it. And so we're seeing some changes here, but I'm super excited. I've been working with somebody who just is like a coding genius, and he's kind of gotten into my system and is going to make it a million times better for me and obviously in the end for you as well. All right, enough of that. Bald Hill West, you got the overcast skies out there this morning, and what we've got here is the overcast skies, Soda Ridge. We're also going to go ahead and take a look now at Fort Jones, where it's a little foggy this morning out in the Scott Valley region, looking out at Lassen Volcanic National Park. The snow is a-melting, my friends, but it looks like we will see some snow there probably sometime this weekend. Again, I want to remind you of the Red Bluff Roundup ticket giveaway. I got the tickets right here. This is for 1 week from today. It's going to be the night show. Should be a lot of fun. It's going to be the rodeo under the lights. It's kind of fun. Really kind of nice to watch at that point. And enter to win, mkrueger@weathernorcal.com. Email me there. Or you can go to weathernorcal.com and then click on contact and you can enter there as well. I'll be announcing the winner next Wednesday, April 15th. That is exciting. Take a look at this picture here from Tim Moore, looking out at Lookout, California. Beautiful rainbow there. And if you look closely, you'll see a pot of gold. Okay, maybe not, but maybe if you're lucky, you will. And this is actually a photo that Karina posted on her Facebook, but thanks to Jackie Dixon, she took this photo and wanted to give proper, obviously, courtesy to Karina. Karina, thank you for that photo. Beautiful shot. Hey, check out her Facebook page, Humboldt Photos, on Facebook. That's in Trinidad. You can share your photos just like Jackie and Tim did. Just go to your app store, search for Weather NorCal, download the app for free. And not only can you share your photos, but you'll have like the best app that you can get here in Northern California, without a doubt. Hey, by the way, Coffee with Krueger is made possible by Wind River Resort and Casino. And you know, there's always something going on over there. Always some great events. Let's get you to it. You know, so a week from Friday, so on the 19th, as you know, Cool April Nights is coming up here pretty soon. And they have their annual show and shine. And if you've ever been to one, it's a big one. They have it in the parking lot over there at Wind River. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty big. And then, of course, you've got the casino right there. So, yeah, that's from Sunday, April 19th from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. It's free. This is all ages. It's free. I mean, come on. How can you beat free? So it's a free event for all ages. Be sure to check that out. Once again, I want to thank Wind River Resort and Casino for their support of Weather NorCal and Coffee with Krueger. They have been the sponsor of Coffee with Krueger since day one, so I couldn't be happier for their support. All right, so let's take a look at our weather headlines. Off and on showers, thunderstorms through the weekend. And there we go, right? It's just more of the same. Now, some of the storms may become severe. We've seen that the last 2 days. We've seen severe thunderstorms. We could see that again today. We could see that again over the weekend, although the chances over the weekend may be a bit slimmer. Colder storm moves in this weekend. This could basically bring us to some possible travel delays, but mainly east of I-5. So some of the higher mountain passes above 4,000 feet, again, especially in the eastern mountains. So we've got a lot to talk about. As you know, we're going into the weekend. A lot of you may have outdoor plans and you're like, oh, it's going to rain. Well, we're going to go into the deep dive forecast and what that's going to mean for any of your weekend plans. But first, a word from Axner Excavating.
It's that time again for Axner Excavating Spring Sale. March 30th through April 12th. 11 acres of landscaping supplies and materials on sale. All rock, hardscape, sand, soil, best fertilizer, and bark products on sale. Just north of Highway 44.
All right, let's take a look at the radar here and what we're seeing here. And boy, I tell you what, Futurecast did an amazing job with the thunderstorms that we did see over Plumas County. Look at all the lightning strikes and look at right here. we'll kind of take a look at that. That band of rain right there is what Futurecast picked up on, and then it all worked its way northward into Lassen and even into Modoc County. Now, west of the valley, you can see some of the showers that are just beginning to develop here. And if we take you down to the south, look at this. This is what I've got my eyes on. This is working its way northward, and we're beginning to see some of those showers just hit extreme southwestern Glenn County. But all of this is working its way in, and there's more activity coming behind that that's going to bring us more showers and thunderstorms for everyone. Everyone has the chance, at least, for thunderstorms. I think for the most part, everyone will at the very least see some light showers. Okay. All right. So temperatures right now are in the low to mid 50s for the valley, 42 degrees for Elters. It's mild. And partially because we do have the cloud cover out there, so that prevented us from really cooling off. And we still have some mild air in place. This area of low pressure, what it's been doing over the last few days is that southerly flow has been tapping into warmer subtropical air. So that's what kept our temperatures from really dropping a whole lot, but was also the moisture source for these convective thunderstorms that we did see over the last few days. But once that moves out, we'll no longer have that direct tap of that moisture. However, the air is still going to be still very saturated over the weekend, and that is what this storm system is going to be tapping into Saturday and Sunday. And in fact, the characteristics of this area of low pressure have kept us under that cool and unsettled weather pattern. That is scattered showers, scattered thunderstorms. And that's kind of the nature of this type of system. What's happening with this one, I think along the line of that cold front, we'll see some gusty winds, some heavier rainfall, but I don't think the atmosphere will be as unstable for your Saturday, Sunday. That being said, there still is going to be a level of instability. We could still see some isolated thunderstorms, but probably not to the extent that we've seen over the last few days and will see again here for today. More of the way of that widespread rainfall and colder temperatures, much, much colder, you'll feel it. And it will also lower our snow levels down a bit. So let's take a look at that here. Now I'm going to show you two different forecast models. This is the GFS. It's the American forecast model. Now, all the models agree that, yes, this is the system on move through Saturday, colder air moving in Saturday night into Sunday, lowering snow levels down to about 4,000 feet, give or take. That moves out, maybe some lingering showers Monday morning, but dry for Monday, Tuesday. This system could bring us a few showers on Wednesday. And then as we go into Thursday, Friday, it's dry. We'll see. This is the latest for it, and we're looking at this together for the first time because this model was showing on Sunday some rain. Let's see what happens. It's backing off. It's backing off. So if you watched my morning update, this was just a big swath of rain over Northern California on Sunday, which, by the way, is the last day of the Red Bluff Roundup. You see how it's backed off? You see, this is why I'm not 100% committing to rain over, not this weekend, of course, we're going to see it this weekend, but the weekend after, because we're still seeing some inconsistencies in the long-range forecast models. So let's take a look at the European forecast model. And again, same story. There's that storm system. Both agree that it's going to be wet over the weekend, cooler over the weekend as well, especially for Sunday. But I just want to take you all the way to Wednesday. Now, the European forecast model also, just like that of the American forecast model, saying, yep, we could see some rain, especially north of the valley and on the coast. I think that's where we're going to see the best chances for showers next Wednesday. And then we advance into time, Friday, Saturday. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday of next week, right? That's the Red Bluff Roundup. European forecast model saying, nope, not going to see it, not going to happen. Right, so still some uncertainty as to whether or not we do see, at the very least, a sprinkle or light shower. It's certainly a possibility for the Red Bluff Roundup that next Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but certainly not a guarantee. All right, let's take a look at today. And again, I have to stress that, yes, the potential is there for anyone to see a thunderstorm anywhere over Northern California. That doesn't mean everyone's going to see it, okay? But just keep that in the back of mind when you're out and about, that the potential is going to be there. Otherwise, just some scattered showers out there, right? Then tomorrow, if you remember, this line was kind of cutting off even a little bit more to the west. So some chances for thunderstorms again tomorrow. And then this was actually a little bit more to the south earlier this morning. It's kind of creeped its way back northward. So this is why I still have that chance for thunderstorms pretty much for everyone through the weekend. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. Now, earlier we looked at HRRR. Now we're looking at our in-house forecast model. Here's 8 a.m. You see how now we're seeing some of the showers kind of working their way in, scattered. There may be some isolated thunderstorms in there, maybe some rumbles of thunder. By midday, heavier band of rain off to the east, scattered showers, possible thunderstorms in the valley. Off to the west, you're seeing scattered showers and thunderstorms as well. Let's take you through the afternoon, 3 p.m. It looks like a little band of moisture coming in. Could bring some more widespread showers, maybe some lightning strikes through the valley. Looks like some heavier rainfall west of the valley, more activity off to the north and east. You get the idea. This is that scattered showers and thunderstorms I was talking about. Then on Friday, today, 6 p.m., there could be some bands of some heavier rainfall in there and maybe some lightning strikes. That continues tonight, by the way, before we see this. This is the next storm system coming in Saturday. Now, the timing of this has kind of backed off. That is, it's taking a little bit longer for it to get here than initially planned or thought. But here's midday Saturday. Now, the colder air is not here just yet, but we do still have the cool and unstable air. So scattered showers, maybe some isolated thunderstorms here through Saturday morning, but nothing terribly intense. This right here is the cold front. That is what's going to be approaching later in the afternoon and evening. There's Saturday 3 p.m. Here's the cold front. Scattered showers, possible thunderstorms, but you can see here, there are some areas not seeing as much. Then we go into Saturday evening. Here's the cold front moving through. So a couple of things you'll notice as the cold front moves through. Along that cold front, you've got some decent rain falling. Number two, also along that cold front, in advance of it and even behind it, some gusty south winds. Also, we're seeing those snow levels begin to drop. On average, about 4,000 feet, locally lower in some cases. We go into Saturday night, early Sunday morning, there's all that snow. This is why I'm talking about just east of I-5. If you are planning on traveling in the mountains anywhere here, Saturday night or Sunday morning, be aware of the fact that above 4,000, 4,500 feet, some of those higher mountain passes, you may run into some chain requirements there. I'm not concerned about it on I-5 and not so much even west of I-5 on Highway 299 or 36. But Cedar Pass, yes, I think you could see some snow up there. Scott Mountain Pass, yes, there will be some snow up there as well. Now we take you into your Sunday morning. Again, we're seeing those snow levels getting a little bit lower, maybe as low as 3,500 feet. We're looking at the main area of low pressure kind of spinning right about here. So you've got the flow like this, pretty gusty winds, right? That's that flow. Could see some heavy rainfall. That's Sunday morning. But the main area of low pressure, it's swinging down to the south and east. So by Sunday morning, here's the area of low pressure. Cold air is in place, right? Then we go into Sunday midday, that low pressure system kind of right on top of us at this point. Scattered showers, possible thunderstorms. Sunday, now the area of low pressure is moving out. You see how we're getting more in the way of isolated activity here. Monday morning, even Monday afternoon, there may still be a few stray showers here and there, but overall, we're going to be looking at a much drier day on Monday as the transition to drier conditions, especially by next Tuesday. Rainfall estimates, this is not including what we've already seen, so these numbers are going to start getting smaller and smaller because we don't have as many days to kind of track that amount of rainfall. But what we're seeing here also is a winter storm warning for Friday evening, that's this evening, through Sunday. However, I'll say this. We mentioned snow levels dropping, so it's mainly Saturday night into Sunday that we have the biggest concerns, but there will be some snow above 5,000, 6,000 feet as we go through the day today and even into tomorrow. All right, so especially tonight and into tomorrow as well. And of course, that blue is where we have the winter storm watch. Bottom line, that's the biggest concern where we're talking travel with that snow. So through Saturday, 5 p.m., any of the mountain communities are not picking up on any snow. Now, this is where I disagree with the model. These are raw numbers, so I'm not in full compliance with these. Maybe a bit of a mix Mount Shasta, maybe a bit of a mix for Etna, no, not for Hayfork, and no, not for Weaverville. So I don't think we're going to see any snow or even a mix there. Borderline mix Bernie, but definitely I don't think you're going to see accumulating snow. Shingletown, a mix at 3,500 feet. Viola, sure, maybe a couple of inches of snow. Chester, that might be overdoing it at 4 to 8, but I do think Chester, you could see some accumulating snow. Way overdoing it for Portola, probably in that 2 to 4 inch range like Quincy. Maybe a bit of a mix out towards Susanville, and maybe a light accumulating snow in Alturas. Fall River Mills, you're also kind of in that borderline mix. All right, so but you go in the higher elevations, right? These pinks, that's a foot, 2 feet of snow, very good possibility. So Lassen Park, yeah, looking good, right? Getting some good snow on that snowpack. We take a look at the winds, as mentioned, a little gusty here, especially along the area where we do see the thunderstorms. The bit of a lull, and then Saturday, more winds, kind of 30, even 35 miles per hour. Still gusty even as we go into Saturday evening and Saturday night. Sunday morning, a little breezy to the south and east, but I do expect some calmer winds on Sunday, and most likely much calmer winds for your Monday as well. All right, so we're going to take a look at our 10-day trend. And yeah, looks nice, right? Upper 50s, low 60s for the weekend, and then temperatures ticking back up. So by the end of next week, we're back in the mid to upper 70s. Those daytime highs. The normal high is about 70, so we're going to be even above that. Taking a look at your lake levels, we did see a drop for Shasta Lake and Trinity Lake, but Lake Oroville, a slight increase, but still nothing to be concerned about as far as those levels are concerned. But what we're beginning to see more and more is the drought monitor picking up on more and more of a drought for us here in Northern California. All of the North State, coast, inland, mountains, valley, are in some shape or form a drought. As you can see, this is the lowest category with yellow, just dry, moderate as you head to the east and even to the north and west. If we recall, right, we just hadn't seen much snowpack. So this is why we're going to start seeing more of that drought in many of the mountain locations, because we just didn't see as much snow as we typically see. So you hate to see this, especially as we start going into the fire season. But it's just a reality that we've got to deal with. And you remember a couple months ago, no drought conditions for all of California. And it was historical. It was like over 25 years since we've seen that. But we're seeing this begin to trickle down southward. Again, you see how we're starting to see more of that drought along the Sierra here, because again, there was less snow there. Now, there was more snow to the south, and that's why we're not in the drought conditions there just yet. But there you can see the southern tip getting in on that. And much worse conditions, unfortunately, for our neighbors off to the east. So just wanted to point that out. It is something we've got our eyes on. Fire season is something that's just around the corner here, so we got to watch that closely. Now the wave heights for the coast looking pretty good. So if you have to be on a small boat, I think you're okay. However, you'll notice the wave heights are increasing Saturday into Sunday. That's because as that cold front moves through, we're probably going to start to turn up those seas a bit. Winds from the southeast at about 5 knots. There's that shower and thunderstorm activity we will see. Your neighborhood forecast, sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. Let's take a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, where temperatures will be in the upper 50s. Still the chance for showers and thunderstorms through Sunday, and then we dry things out for Monday, Tuesday. For the North Coast, I got that chance for showers. Remember I was talking about that Clipper system next Wednesday. That could bring some showers for parts of the North Coast. And I'd say even up to the north as well. But there you can see even out towards the inland areas. I'd say like Orleans, Gas Key, all that. Yes, maybe a chance for showers next Wednesday. But to the south, Garberville, I think your chances will probably be dry for next Wednesday. Siskiyou County, also that chance for showers next Wednesday. Otherwise, mainly dry going into your Tuesday in particular. Modoc County, I've also included that chance on Wednesday. But otherwise today, yeah, showers and thunderstorms. Temperatures around 60, give or take. Eastern Mountains, I've got you dry Monday all the way through Wednesday, even Thursday of next week. That's also the case for the Valley. 67 degrees for Hamilton City, 65 in Durham, and Willows about 68. Your 7-day forecast for Chico. Temperatures upper 50s by Sunday, low 70s that is by Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. 66 for Redding all the way down to Red Bluff, 66 in Palisadro, Whiskeytown, Lakehead topping out at about 60 degrees. And there's your 7-day forecast for Redding. Yeah, those temperatures are going to be the mid to upper 60s over the week, for Monday, Tuesday, that is. And then it looks like in the low to mid 70s by Wednesday, Thursday. So it's going to be a lot colder. You're going to notice that over the weekend. So make sure if you have any outdoor plans, number one, you got a poncho, something to keep you dry, but also something to keep you warm too, because it's going to be on the cool side and a little gusty out there as well. We've got someone asking the question here. Thank you, Jackie. All right. Okay, so Sue was asking this. Darn it. Okay, so that whole time I was talking, you couldn't hear me, but now you can. So here, let's just get into it. Sue was asking, how can we in Bernie, what can we expect in Bernie today? Granddaughter has a photo class going to be there taking pictures today. So here's my advice to you, Sue. And this is something I talked about in my main weathercast. When we have a chance for thunderstorms across the board, every single one of us has a chance for thunderstorms today, if not just showers in general. But that doesn't mean everyone's going to see them. So bottom line, if you have outdoor plans and you have to keep them on, keep them going, just be prepared for it. Umbrella, poncho, raincoat, be prepared for it. And of course, yes, my mic is on. It finally came back on. Someone is saying same. Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that. Maybe it was something I said, but there you go. So yeah, that's really the key message I have for Sue, but also the key message I have for anybody else. If you work outdoors, be prepared for the fact that at the very least, you may see a stray shower and a brief period of heavier rainfall and maybe even some lightning strikes. So if you do work outdoors and you are outside, make sure that you have a place where you can shelter, because if there are lightning strikes, you don't want to be exposed to that. And Francis saying, yes, you can hear me now. Yeah. There's this weird thing that's going on with my mic now, but again, I was mentioning earlier that I've got somebody who is a coding genius, and he is in the process of working on my system, so my workflow is much better. It'll be better for me, and in the end, also better for you, and hopefully things like this won't be happening. Okay, so the weekend is almost here. We got plans. People have got plans. People are like, it's going to rain on my plans. It might, but you've got to be prepared for it. Oh, just got to take a look at this. That's beautiful. I think this is a great way to wrap up the show, folks. If you've got plans this weekend, be sure to keep checking in right here at Weather NorCal. Now, remember, there are many different locations that you can get Weather NorCal. So wherever you're watching, know that you can watch it from anywhere else. Whether it's the live show, any of my platforms, Facebook, 24-hour streaming channel, Roku, Amazon Fire Stick. Also on YouTube, you can get the 24-hour streaming channel. Anywhere YouTube is available, including your smart TV. But I also have a website, weathernorcal.com. You can watch the 24-hour streaming channel there. And Francis says, do you work from your home office? I do. This right here, this is my house. This is me. This is my home. When I'm done here, I'm taking my microphone off. I'm going to go sit on the couch with my wife and dog and our new cat. And there you go. It's awesome. I love it. But yes, that's to answer your question here. But again, as I was mentioning, weathernorcal.com, the free Weather NorCal app. If you're watching on Facebook, know that you can get it elsewhere. I've had conversations with people who are, have said, I watch you on Facebook every day. I go, do you have my app? They go, you have an app? Right? So this is where you come in. I ask of you, tell your friends, tell your family, invite them to download the app for free. And I encourage you to do that. It would be a big help for me because we need to get more and more people on that app. All right, so I was showing you this a little bit earlier. This is out in Soda Ridge. So be sure to check the forecast because there's a lot going on. You need to stay aware. The app, by the way, will tell you if there's any lightning in your area. It will warn you if there's a severe thunderstorm warning where you are. It won't give you a warning 100 miles away. It'll give you a warning where you are. So just note that you're not going to be getting constant notifications from the Weather NorCal app, only notifications that are pertinent to you and nobody else. All right. So that's the beauty of it. So that is something that you'll need to keep checking throughout the day today and through the weekend. Of course, as you know, the weekend, I don't do the weekend weather, but I do have a weekend meteorologist. His name is Chase Wilson. If you haven't met him, I think you'll like him. He's a great guy. He does a great job over the weekend, and he will be keeping you updated throughout the weekend with the storms coming through. I will also be on call and just kind of checking up on social media, checking in, all that. So we'll be working as a team. So there you go. And that's going to do it for us today. I'll have an update again at noon for the latest forecast, and also later this evening. And as I mentioned, Chase will be there for the weekend. We've got, oh, this is interesting. Thank you. I have a son in Stockholm, Sweden, who does voiceovers from his home there. How fun is that? I mean, we are in a day and age where working from home is just becoming more and more common. It's so much easier. So it's awesome. I love it. I love that I can do it. But I love this shot. Beautiful. Soda Ridge. All right, folks, that's going to do it for me today. Again, I'll have another update for you at noon and later on this evening. Have a great Friday and an even better weekend.